All right. Hello.
Hello.
How old were you when you came to the United States from Mexico?
I was about 4 years old. We came here with our knowledge that you need something to be in this country. Obviously, we have no idea that you needed some kind of paper to be here. I was 4 years old. My sister was 2 years old, and since then we've been here. I've been here, so this is my home now. I have no relatives in Mexico except for my grandma, which I never, I barely remember anything that I did in Mexico. So to me, this is my home, I guess. So,
Do you know the reasons for coming here?
well, my mom was here, and she came here, before us. She left. I was living with my grandma in Mexico. She came here for give us a better life, I guess, by sending my grandma money and all that stuff for us to live a better life than she did. Eventually, she misses us. I guess she missed us, and she decided to bring us here. And it was tough because I loved my grandma. But when I came here, everything was, it was different. It was it was it was definitely something that I've never respected. It's a tiny town from where my grandma lives. And coming here, it's like a whole world. So, but
And you lived in Los Angeles for the majority, right?
I lived there for about. I've been here in Bozeman for about 7 years, 8 maybe, or my whole life. My rest of my life was in LA. It was tough growing up there, especially when you find out that you can't get a driver's license, you can't get anything, any benefits that other people, get. Um, and it's kind of sad because I wanted those things, but obviously I couldn't get them. And when I found out, I was pretty upset.
Yeah.
Because everybody's getting their driver's license, everybody's getting their stuff, and I'm just like, I can't. My mom told me, it's like, no, you need this, this, and that, and I didn't know that I needed that. So when I found out that that happened, well, I needed all those things. Either way, there's nothing for me in Mexico. There never was. I was with my mom, so.
Did you ever experience any sort of discrimination in the schools or just anywhere, just living in LA as a Latino?
No. The only discrimination was being part of a different, I guess, living in a different place, meaning that every city every city had a different gang, I guess. The only discrimination I guess from other Latinos not leaving or not being there or not being their part of their gang or being, part of their city or crossing a light, is it was wrong because I was in the wrong place, and that was the only thing I did. But coming here, it was definitely there's a lot of looks. You can tell the looks.
Here in Bozeman?
The looks when I moved here. I was 19 years old. I had a brand new Nissan car. It was great. And every time I got out of it, or every time I even, anything, I would get those looks like, I know you're doing something. It's probably drugs. So, um, it wasn't drugs. I was working really, really hard. 2 jobs, nothing else to do. And but yeah, you get those looks, and it makes you feel uncomfortable because deep inside that um, they're just judging. Even though there's a lot of Latinos that have everything to be here. Obviously, I didn't at first, but even though they know that, they still see you differently because you're
Yeah.
not blonde and blue eyes, I guess.
Right.
So.
And I understand you had a family member that was involved in gang
Mm.
life.
Living in Los Angeles, and there's nothing, except for school. The other part-time thing to do, or the fun thing to do, is to be related with gangs. And my family had their own gang, and I could have been in with them. I could have, doing all these things with them, but I chose not to because I wanted it, to be part of this country because it was my home. Even though I didn't have a social security number, I didn't have a driver's license. I felt part of this country because I grew up here, and I've seen people how I mean, I've seen people getting beat up. I've seen, obviously my cousin when he got shot because he was in a gang, and it was tough. I was already in Bozeman when that happened. Oh, actually, I wasn't in Bozeman. I was still in California, and he got shot. It was tough. And then the guy that got shot, my cousin got shot, and the guy that shot him got shot 2 days
Wow.
later. So obviously it's about, respect. It's about, I know that you did it. So everything just becomes one huge problem, meaning that they're gonna come after you because now that guy is dead and they think it's you because it has to be you because you're a family member. You're a part of that. Before I moved here, a couple of days before I moved here, they actually came and looked for me. They came and looked for me at my house when I was hanging out with I was living with my uncle because my mom was already here in Bozeman, and I stayed there because I didn't want to move here. And they came and looked for me. There's a guy who came to the house and asked for me and said to be careful and to watch my back because they know who I was, and they know everything that had to do with me. Not just me, but my other cousins did too, even though we have nothing to do with it. But being in Los Angeles, that's nothing. Doesn't mean anything. That means that you were part of it, and your family, and they will do anything to hurt anybody really. So
Right.
it was tough. And then someone else got shot later that year.
Well,
Yeah.
and I understand you're part of the MIHA project. Can you tell me about that?
Yep. There's a lawyer in Missoula, or not Missoula, Helena. He's my lawyer. Because of him, I got everything that I need to be here now. And he's in this group called MIHA, and he's trying to fight for those people that even they already got everything. They got their social. They got the right to be here, and our system, our Bozeman, the government in Bozeman or Montana doesn't want us to get the same privileges as a citizen, I guess, because we're called still illegal aliens when we're not anymore. We have everything, but we still get called illegal aliens, and that's what the whole group is about. For them to understand that we came here illegally, and I didn't know, but other people that have, and they still do that. They call us illegal aliens, which it's unfair because we're not anymore, and we're trying to, and the only reason we got all these, our paperwork, arrest to be a restaurant and have a social is because we've done a good job. We've never been in trouble. We're doing what we're supposed to do and trying to be part of this country, and so to me, that's important, and that's the only reason what I got, and I think I deserve it. I don't want to be called illegal alien anymore.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Casper.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.